Good morning, everybody. This is Kyle Speed, not coming to you from the racetrack. Yeah. I thought I'd give you another little item that I'm working on today from Track Scenics, and that is the floodlight towers for the track. This is what comes in the package from Track Scenics, along with an LED pad that has tape on the back side of it that you peel this red up and stick it to the underside of the roof. Okay. And again, a real simple kit. I don't think they have the instructions yet on the on their website. I noticed they didn't have one for the gas station, and they didn't have one for this one, but in a way, you really don't need it. Just pay attention to a couple of issues, which are not really issues, but it's something you need to pay attention to. You have these uprights, 4 of them, that make the tower. Okay, here's the base. This piece and this piece and these 2 pieces, as well as this little one over here, are all in the light panel, okay, that you build. And if you come over here, I'm already tinkering with this one. Now, I've sanded down all the nubs that you get, if I can get it, when you carefully snap the pieces out of the MDF. And I've already sanded them down and everything, but I noticed something as I was just messing around and trying to put it together. If you lay these upright like this, well, you can see there's a difference in width. All right. See the difference in width? Okay. That's going to play a role on your base stand. Okay. And so what I've done is I've taken a mechanical pencil and I have labeled the base stand A, B, C, and D. And I've gone back in turn. I've gone back in turn and labeled each one of the uprights of the tower according to their fitment that are on the base pad. Okay, so you got 2 that are thinner in their width, and you got 2 that are wider in their width. And like I said, you have to kind of pay attention to that when you're trying to assemble it. This piece is kind of neat in that with their laser etching, they give you a door. They even got a little deal for a handle and a mail slot. I guess. I don't know what that is. Why would you get a mail slot on the door of a light tower? I don't know. I don't know what that is. But anyway, you insert the pieces and look at me. Yeah, that is right. A goes to A. Yeah, we're having struggles this morning. I'm only on my first cup of coffee. You just insert them into the base pad. And once you get them all in, it'll form the tower. Okay. And get that piece in. Then this one, excuse me. Sinuses are having a field day today here in Texas with the cedar. This is part of your light head, as it were. This goes on top of here. I've already got these three pieces glued together. These three. And your light head goes on there. And then when you're done with that, you can attach it to the top of your light tower, and through experimentation on alignment, now they give you this piece that the LEDs are supposed to shine through, okay? And you notice one square is a little bit bigger than the other square, right? You see that? Okay, so get that out of the way. So if you take your light, your LED light assembly, yeah, that's not lining up too good. Now, flip that puppy over. And it's still not lining up according to the size of this. Now, I suppose it is with this piece here. It's kind of like yellow clear plastic. I don't know if it's epoxy or what it is. But anyway, now, as they have not provided any instructions on this yet, and not only them, but myself, thinking that, this is pretty simple, folks. You don't have to struggle too hard with it. Seeing how this has two-way tape on it, two-sided tape on it, I'm guessing that this gets placed, and actually it would, let's not knock everything over. I'm guessing it would go in here like this, okay? Because you have a hole here after you've anchored it to the top of the tower to drop these wires through, as well as you have a hole in the base over here where my finger's at. Not this one. As you can see, the way that that's shaped for finding a place where you want to mount it, taking you something to mark the area of where you need to drill a hole to put a screw down through there, and then slide. It's kind of like hanging a picture. Slide it forward and then finish tightening the screw down. Now, as you can tell, you're either going to have to do what some people do and do that very thing, drill it out, tap the threads through whatever material you're going through, screw your screw down until it hits the base plate, and then back it off a half a turn to have enough slop where you can actually slide this back and lift the tower from where you had it mounted. Or not. Or you could just glue the base onto the surface that you're working with. Any way you want to do it. But as I say that, notice you've only got 3 of the sides installed, right? Now, unless you're one of those people that has a screwdriver and I'm trying to do this one-handed. Unless you're one of those people that has quite an extensive amount of tools in your toolbox, and you have a screwdriver that long, and you've already got this glued on, well, you might be in a little bit of trouble. So, my recommendation is to do what I said. Mark off the area where you want to mount this, drill a hole, take you a screw and run it into the surface that you're mounting this to until it hits the MDF base plate. Back it off a half a turn or so, and take it back off. Take your assembly back apart. Paint each of the uprights how you want them. How you want to paint them. Paint your base plate however you want to. Same with the rest of this. Just paint it whatever you want to, and then on the door you can come back with the masking tape or something to tape off the door and paint the door a different color if you wish to. It's your world. You can use your own imagination and do what you want to with it. You bought the kit. It's yours. If you want to paint it pink with purple polka dots, well, good luck with the polka dots, because unless you get some purple stickers that are around that you put on there for polka dots. But I noticed that when you have this assembled, see, if you have these the wrong way, the girders don't line up. So, yeah, let's see. See, I labeled the pieces on the bottom next to the base plate. Okay, so when you have them lined up and labeled like I did, now all of a sudden these girders, they all line up with one another. All right, so now myself and I don't know, I thought about staying with the paint on my track with my buildings being blue and white, and I was like, I don't know, these are towers, and you know, even though there's no era, so to speak, that I've modeled it after or in time of, I'm thinking about airplanes and helicopters. So what I may end up doing is paint the base plate a concrete color, then spray all of my uprights on both sides white, and then come back with masking tape and tape off these girders and do like a red, white, red, and then the head of the light assembly will be white, and that will serve as a warning to aircraft and helicopters and what have you, skydivers, that warning, there's a tall tower in the neighborhood and you need to pay attention to it. Now, I also have some LEDs to go along with that idea, and I'm going to have to experiment with it, because it's LEDs from my N-scale train table that I've got landscaped and got street lights and what have you on there, and I even have LEDs from messing around with radio-controlled helicopters. Some blink, some don't. Some are red, some are white, some are green. And I'm going to have to go through the pile of them and find me some red ones that flash like navigation lights. Drill a hole in the top of this roof and glue the LED to the bottom of it, and then run all the wires down, drill through the table, and drop all my wires down through there and join the leads together and provide power to it. And in that, I've got 4 of these kits. Okay. 4 of these Track Scenics track lights. And they're only single head. They've only got the single head on them. So I was thinking about mounting one at each corner of the track to start out with. And then decide where else I could add lights to. I still need to add lights to some of my buildings, the pit garage, the Lancia garage, the pit boxes. But yeah, I mean, it's a start. It's a start. And I always like working with my hands and building things. I like doing the painting too. So, as I've said multiple times, I don't get paid for my channel. I do all this because I like it. Especially on windy days where I can't fly my helicopters or I can't fly my airplanes. I can come back inside and play with the car track and piddle around with that. Or I can load ammo or do anything else I want to do. It's a free world at this house. So, again, give Track Scenics on their website a shot. Check them out. They got plenty of stuff to add onto your track. And as I said before, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't want to. It's not about making money off of this channel. I'm just sharing a part of my life and a part of my hobby to those that want to watch and possibly learn and interact with me in a good way. You got some knuckleheads out there in the world, you know. But yeah, interact with me in a good way, and you know, we'll get along just fine. But yeah, y'all might have, if you've watched some of my other videos, and I'll give you some updates. If you're looking over here by the keyboard and on this piece of track I've got, as part of my hobby tinkering area, you might notice this Ferrari from a couple of days ago. It's a Strombecker Ferrari Testarossa 250 that I have now painted gloss black. And I've got a decal set coming for it, and I still have to paint the nose with a white stripe and a red stripe. And I believe the number is like 124 with the letters DM on it. I found it on the internet. I found a picture of it on the internet, and I was like, you don't see too many black Ferraris, so I went ahead and painted that black. Yeah, remember, it's got all that green. Now it's black clay on the tail end of it, trying to keep that rear end settled down on the track. And then if you look over here, well, that's going to be a work in progress. I'm going to take my time with it. I'm not going to get in a hurry with it. That is the Area 71 Model Factory Ferrari 250 Testarossa right-hand drive, 1/32 scale, made in Italy. Okay, and they give you the driver's head, the driving area, cockpit area, the body, the chassis. Now, I had to order because nothing came with it other than those pieces and some clear what do they call it? I don't know if it's Lexan, because when I think of Lexan, it's always real thick, but you know, it's the thin plastic. Let me do this. Yeah, there we go. They give you the windscreen. They give you the headlight bucket covers, and it's probably hard for you to see here. They give you the 2 tail light covers. Okay. Now, I'm going to warn you. Let me see. I'm going to warn you. I was a little taken back by this kit. The body is wonderful. It has some good detail to it. But the motor pod, the motor, the axles, the pinion, the gear, the screws, the guide do not come, or even this fuel cap cover. None of that comes with the kit. It's just the basic black chassis, the body, and the cockpit area with the driver's head. That's it. And I ordered it directly from the Area 71. I didn't go through some of the other people that may keep it in stock here in the States. And I actually, when I looked around, I didn't see it available. They had other cars, but they didn't have this particular car. And, well, I paid close to $100 and something for that kit. Then I had to go back and buy, like I said, the wire wheels, which are Le Mans Miniatures wheels, which are beautiful. They're absolutely stunning wheels. Had to buy the motor, the gear, the pinion, the guide, the motor pod. This is left over from other slot cars that I've done. So I went ahead and added it to it. When you receive the body, if you run your finger across it, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough. And I read the instructions on how to deal and how to paint, prepare and paint the body. Yeah. Even though I'm male, I went back and looked at people's suggestions on how to paint and prep the car, the body. And, okay. Well, I used Tamiya light gray primer, surface primer. And that took about 4 coats, not heavy coats. They were basically light to medium coats because I didn't want to have any runs or anything happen. So then after that was done, I wiped the whole car down. I took 800 and 1000 grit sandpaper and I lightly sanded the car and shot one more coat of primer on top of it, and that really smoothed it out. Wiped it out again. I took what's the name of that stuff? Vallejo paint, yellow paint, and I put like 3 coats of that paint. First coats were light. The last one is where I kind of sprayed it about medium thickness with my airbrush. And wiped it down and then gave it a light spritz of Rust-Oleum 2X gloss clear coat. And that's where it sits because I was waiting for these to show up. And these are from Le Mans decals. Okay, and they're good decals. They're good quality decals, but they're not individual. You have to cut out carefully with your scissors or your X-Acto blade each of the decals. Now, as you can tell, this one and this one are going to be kind of entertaining to safely cut out. That's one of the reasons why I said I'm going to take my time and not get in a hurry with doing this. And if something happens, I'm going to have to order another set of decals. And that's going to hurt my feelings. So that's pretty much another update from a long-winded Kyle Speed 1 on a Monday morning. And if you have any questions, let me know. Or if you don't let me know. I'll keep you apprised of the light towers and how I'm coming along on those. I've already showed you the Track Scenics gas station with its LEDs lit. And so, that's pretty much it. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless you. Take care and have a great Monday. Bye.